Hello everyone, my name is Ainata Chelsea and today I'm going to explain in detail two important parts of the listening comprehension section in the table test. These parts are skill 1, focus on the second line, and skill 2, choose answers with synonyms. The purpose of this skill is to train you to recognize that the most important information in short conversations often appears in the second line. The first line usually only introduces the question or topic, strategy, and tips. First, listen carefully to the second line because the answer is usually found there. Second, do not be distracted by the exact words in the first line. Third, pay attention to the meaning, not only the single words. Now, I will give you two example questions so you can see how this skill works in practice.
TOEFL Exercise 1. In this exercise, listen carefully to the short conversation and question in the recording, and then choose the best answer to the question. You should focus carefully on the second line. Number 1.
How soon will you be leaving?
I'm on my way now.
What does the man mean?
The man says, I'm on my way now. This phrase in English is used when someone has already started leaving and is currently going to the destination. It does not mean he will leave later. It does not refer to the past, and it does not show hesitation. The meaning is very clear. He is leaving right away. So the correct answer is A. He is leaving now.
Number 2.
Was Steve able to get into the house?
I left the door unlocked for him.
What does the woman assume Steve did?
The woman says, I left the door unlocked for him. In English, leaving the door unlocked means keeping it open, so someone can enter without difficulty. She is not suggesting that Steve failed to enter. She is not saying he locked the door, and she is not implying that he left the house. Her assumption is that Steve was able to enter successfully. So the correct answer is C. He was able to open the door. Skill 2. Choose answers with synonyms. The purpose of this skill is to train you to recognize synonyms or paraphrase expressions. In the table listening section, the correct answer rarely repeats the exact words you hear in the conversation. Strategy and tips. First, focus on the keywords in the second line. Second, think of synonyms or similar expressions that could replace those words. Third, avoid choosing answers that repeat the same word exactly, because those are usually traps. To make this clear, I will also give you two example questions so you can practice with me.
TOEFL Exercise 2. In this exercise, listen carefully to the short conversation and question in the recording, and then choose the best answer to the question. You should look for synonyms for key words in the second line. Number 1.
What did you think of the final exam in algebra?
It was too easy.
What does the man mean?
The man says it was too easy. The key is the phrase too easy, which means the exam did not present much difficulty. He is clearly saying that the task was not hard for him. So the correct answer is D. The exam was not very difficult.
Number 2.
How are you feeling today?
I'm really feeling rather sick.
How is the man feeling?
The man says, I'm really feeling rather sick. The prince, rather sick, expresses that his condition is not good. He is definitely unwell, and the class's synonym is not feeling very well. So the correct answer is A. He is not feeling very well.
My name is Mia Uli Pratama. We are from Group 2. In this video, we will explain listening skills 1 to 6. We will go through each skills one by one, starting with the basic strategies and sample questions. We hope our explanation can be helpful for all. Enjoy watching! Skill 3. Avoid similar sounds. In this section, many wrong answers are designed to sound similar to the words you hear, but they have completely different meanings. They are called distractors. The purpose is to trick test takers into choosing the wrong answer if they only rely on sound instead of the meaning. For examples, apartment sounds like department. The second, church sounds like search. And then cash sounds like crash. If you rely only on sounds, you might choose the wrong answer. And the strategies for skill 3 are: first, you have to focus on the keywords in the second line of the conversation. And the second, identify the keyword. Understand its meaning, not just sound. The third, choose answer that only sounds similar to the words in the conversation. And the last, if you are unsure, choose the answer that sounds most different but still makes sense.
How long until you'll be ready to leave?
First, I need to water the grass.
What does the woman mean?
The correct answer is C. The lawn is too dry. Because in the conversation, the woman said, "I need to water the grass," which means she needs to water the lawn. This implies that the grass is dry. And the other options are distractor because they sound similar. A. Wait for some cash sounds like water the grass, cash, grass. B. Glass of water sounds like water the grass. D. Watch out for a crash sounds like water the grass, grass, grass. All these answers are wrong because they only rely on similar sounds, not the meaning. Skill 4. Draw conclusions about who, what, where. In this section, sometimes the answer is not directly stated. You must draw conclusions based on the clues in the conversation. Types of conclusions are who is the speaker, what will probably happen next, where does the conversation probably take place. The strategies for skill 4. The first, listen carefully for clues or keywords. For example, homework, class, library, water. The second, connect the clues to the situation. For example, homework, same as teacher or student. Library, same as circulation desk. The third, do not wait for the answer to be said directly. It is often implied. The last, use common sense. For example, quiz plus homework, which mean teacher, or check out books, which mean library. Sand plus water, which mean page.
Number 1.
I didn't bring my laboratory manual today.
You can share mine. Today we're conducting the experiment on photosynthesis, and we can work together.
Where does this conversation probably take place?
The correct answer is B, in a biology laboratory. Why the correct answer is B? because the clues in the conversations are the laboratory, manual, experiment, and photosynthesis. These are words strongly connected to science class, especially biology. For option A, photography studio is a trap because of the word photo sounds like photosynthesis, but the meaning is different. For the option C, office doesn't fit the context. Experiments aren't done in offices. And for the option D, library doesn't fit because they are not reading books but conducting an experiment. And for skills 5 and 6 will explain by my friend.
Hello everyone, welcome to my presentation. Today I'm going to explain about listening comprehension, especially skill 5 and skill 6 in twofold listening part A. These two skills are very important because they test how carefully we can listen for who and what in a sentence. Many students make a mistakes here because sometimes the action and the subject can be confusing. So in this video, I will explain how to deal with them and I will also give some examples. Now let's start from skill 5, listen for who and what in passive. As we know, English sentence can be active or passive. The active voice focuses on the subject who does the action, while the passive voice focuses on the object that receives the action. Now, for the example, active, Sally opened a checking account. For passive, a checking account was opened by Sally. In TOEFL listening part A, the speaker may use an active statement, but the correct answer could be written in passive form, or the opposite. That is why it is sometimes difficult to understand who or what is doing the action in a passive sentence. Now, let me give you one sample. The man asked, "Did Sally go to the bank this morning?" The woman answered, "Yes, she did. She got a new checking account." So, what does this mean? It means a new checking account was opened. Therefore, the correct answer is the passive sentence, not the active one. The important tip is always check carefully who or what is doing the action. If the conversation contains a passive sentence, the correct answer may be an active statement. And if the conversation contains inactive sentence, the correct answer may be a passive statement. Now, let's continue with skill 6. Listen for who and what with multiple nouns. This skill is about sentences that contain more than one person or object. When a sentence has two or more nouns, it is very easy to confuse which noun is doing the action and which noun is receiving the action. Now, let me give you for the example. Imagine you hear Mara replaced Robert in the band. In this sentence, we have two nouns, Mara and Robert. The correct interpretation is that Mara is now in the band and Robert is not. But in the test, the wrong answer may confuse these nouns. For example, by saying that Robert replaced Mara, which is incorrect. Now, let me give you another example. The class representative suggested Mac to the other students. Here, we need to listen carefully who suggested, who was suggested, and who received the action. If we are not careful, we may think Mac did the action, but actually Mac was the object of the action. The tip for this skill is pay close attention to the relationship between nouns and verbs. Ask yourself, which noun is the subject, which one is the object, and what exactly happens in the sentence. So, to conclude, both skill 5 and skill 6 test our ability to recognize who and what in listening comprehension. In skill 5, the focus is on passive sentence. Remember that the answer may be the passive restatement of an active statement or the other way around. In skill 6, the focus is on multiple nouns. You must be careful not to confuse which noun is doing the action and which noun is receiving the action. If we practice these two skills, we can avoid confusion and we can improve our listening score. that's all my explanation about skill 5 and skill 6. Thank you very much for listening, and I hope this presentation can help you to prepare better for your TOEFL test.